Alright guys, welcome to the Big Man's Cabana. I'm your host, Matthew Vapor, and I'm on with one of my childhood friends, Benjamin Kleit.
Hello.
He says hello. So I'm sure you guys have seen him on the other podcasts well before this. Ben is a connoisseur of legitimately everything. Ben, you were just in Nantucket for close to a year?
No, so I was there last summer, like 2021, for like 5 or so months, and then I was home for the winter and spring.
Yeah.
And then I recently left probably like end of May, and then I'll be there until foreseeable future.
Nice. Okay. So what is your exact role there? So what are you doing?
So in all, I work for a private country club.
Right.
But it's based off like the season, because like obviously people aren't golfing in New England right now. Like it's not possible. It's not like Florida where they're open year round. So when the club is open, we have a restaurant that's open. Yeah. And I work at the restaurant as like a server, food runner, all that. But then we also have a beach club, which is a separate property.
I can see that.
That has a pool.
Oh.
Yeah, so when the pool is open in the summer, I run the pool. I man and run the pool.
Oh, okay, nice. So you went from being in a small town, working around, got out, and they provide room and board there, right, too?
Yeah, free food, free room.
Oh, wow. And all you got to do is work.
Yep.
Well, that's nice. So what does like an average day look like in Nantucket opposed to something like here?
I don't know. I mean, during the summer, it's great. You're literally on like a small private island. So like anything you could really imagine, like you're a 3-minute walk from the beach no matter where you are, basically.
Yeah.
So normal day when the pool would be open, I'd wake up at like 6, head to the pool around 7:30, and I'd be there till 4, and then I'd go home and immediately get blacked out. And that's what I did most of the summer. Yeah. Immediately start drinking beer and then head to a bar.
So they really just provide room and board for free.
Yeah.
And then obviously food, and then you just work.
Yeah,
that's actually like the dream.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you find all this stuff?
During COVID, like towards the end of quarantine, I was a really lonely man. I got broken up with. I was sitting in South Philly in an apartment. It was still completely locked down, and there's nothing to do. And so I just started, like, Googling, like, jobs with housing. That was it. I was at jobs with housing, and I applied to maybe, like, 20 different places. Yeah. And they were the first ones to get back to me.
Really? Okay.
So I just went up there. Yeah.
So was it a bit of a transition going from, like, a place like Royersford, Limerick area, and then just heading all the way up there? Or is it just, like, it is what it is?
Yeah,
I'll just adapt as I go.
Yeah, it really was as it was. I mean, it's not a difficult like right now. If you would move up to Nantucket right now, there's maybe 20,000 people living on the whole island. The town I live in of Sconset, there's 200 people who live there year round, so it's very small. If you tried moving there right now, like I know people who are teachers who like moved in for the school year and missed the summer. Yeah, it's pretty dead. Like it's a difficult transition, but if you're going there first time in the summer, there's 100,000 people like any given day on the island, so there's a lot to do.
You're kind of like a local there then.
I don't really consider myself, but yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So now when you have a place like that, or that people visit during the summers, people visit like they're just there to just do their thing, have a good time, see the life, and then leave. Is that weird for you guys that live there? Like, you're used to having this for like a short amount of time, and I'm sure at some point in that summertime, in that transitional period, it becomes like a norm, and then like August, September rolls around, they're just hightailed out of there. Is that weird for you guys?
I mean, it's very much like the people who are on island to work, like they know like they're there to work and stuff, versus like the millionaire like kids who are coming for the weekend. Yeah. So like, I don't know. Yeah, it can be weird, but it's also like, it's just a bunch of 20-year-old kids. Like that's what the island consists of. Like it really is just like a giant party town.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So it's not too difficult.
Sure. So Because like, have you ever seen Ozark?
Yeah, I watched the first season.
Okay, so is it kind of like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less white trash, but yeah. Way less white trash.
It's like trash. Yeah, because I know we were thinking about going up there, but like, dude, it's expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
I remember when you were going for the summer, I was like, shit, dude. Because Gio said something in Discord. He goes, yo, we should all just go see Kleit. I'm like, all right, like, I'm down. So we were looking at like Airbnbs and shit.
They don't have Airbnbs. Yeah, that's the one. There's no like commercial businesses on the island.
I'm like pretty sure like Gio found either across the island or whatever it was, but he found like 2 places.
Yeah, I'm sure you can, but like you just like they have a bunch of rentals, but they don't post them on stuff like Airbnb and Vrbo. They have like their own private retail.
He found 2 or 3. So like now, if we were to sit there for the summer, you think that'd even be worth it to like go for like a week or 2 for like us broke ass college kids or?
I mean, it depends. I mean,
yeah,
like a mid-sized house, depending on where on the island it is and like what week, is like $6,000 a week for the house.
That's light, bro. Creekside's paying me way more than that.
All right, come out then. Or everyone should just get jobs on the island like me.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And live there for free.
I not in like a fucked up way, but like when you were out, I was like, fuck, dude, I'm kind of jealous. Like, that's kind of really cool that you're doing that because you're making money, you're having a good time, and like, I mean, it's probably a little different being home from everyone. But like, I would love to do something like that. And I know we talked about this a while ago, but like, I really thought about it, and then like, you're just getting so many different experiences. Like that's why I want to move to Texas so bad. Is just get the fuck out of fucking Royce.
Do you go down to Florida way? Do you go down to Florida?
Think that's the move?
Yeah, and they have jobs just like that in Florida.
Yeah, I think you said that about like a year ago.
Yeah,
you're like, dude, you should look. Into
I was
something.
trying to be in Florida this winter instead of up in Nantucket, but it didn't work out.
So you head back Sunday then? So are you just working at the bar there then, or?
Oh no, in the winter I'm doing construction for the club, so just like basic maintenance. We're building some more employee housing, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Wow, they're building more employee housing.
We have this one shed behind like the golf pro's house that we're converting into like a 2-bedroom.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. And you're learning good skills too.
Yeah, I don't know anything about construction. I lied to them and said I can do it.
Well, you're smart. Like no, like kudos to you. I think you could figure it out. You watch a couple YouTube videos. You're like, all right,
yeah, I bought myself a toolbox.
Nice.
I got wrenches and shit now. I'm ready.
Oh, you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I got a tape measure, dude. 25 feet. Fucks with me.
Weird. Well, when you come back and you see the new studio that I'm gonna put up downstairs, you can critique me then.
Okay, nice.
I'm actually pretty excited about that. I got a whole bunch of shit. So,
what are you gonna do? Like build a room?
No, I'm gonna without putting too much out there. You know that one area in the basement, like there's like the left.
Yeah, the corner.
The corner, like there's like there's couches now. But there's that like where people like hang out.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, and then to the right of that, there's that little thing that goes like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn that into like a whole thing. I'll explain it all to you in detail like after this.
Dude, you should just wall off that whole wing.
Well,
like on the opposite side, you know.
So that's the plan. Like Brad was talking about. I was gonna help him obviously. He needs help. He needs help. To do like that whole section where they get drywalled out, drop the ceiling. But then I was thinking about doing, and I'll explain the whole thing. I want it to be like a cool little like, boom, it's done and then looks nice. And hopefully you'll be one of the first people that can utilize when you come back. Nice. Yeah, because we have. Thanks guys for listening, everything like that. Because there's a lot of you out there. I was very surprised. So I do want to say thank you for everyone that is out there. Just a mid little tidbit, but yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. That's the plan. So now, with you being home, is it weird like with Harry or Henry and everyone, and then like you just head out there? Like, do they get like all crazy when you're home, or is it just like
No, not particularly. I mean, it's nice to see my mom.
Yeah,
and like she's happy to see me. I'm happy to see her.
Good,
but I don't know. I mean, Harry's not even home right now. He's up in Hershey. He left like yesterday without even saying goodbye.
Oh, shit.
He just left. I didn't even say goodbye to him. So stuff like that.
Well, Jason left for Belize today.
For how long?
Like 2 weeks.
Why?
So he's doing a work trip or a work study. Thank God he went. I was so proud of him that he wasn't gonna go. And then
is he hanging out with the Amish?
In Belize? Oh, I guess.
Huge Amish population in Belize, dude.
Oh, I guess like the building stuff and working. Then I'm assuming. No, he's doing a work study with So he's technically a pre-med.
Oh wow.
Jason's smart as fuck. Jason's really. I'm so proud of him. But yeah, I think he told me his flight was tonight, but I'm like 90% sure he left this morning.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, where's he flying out of?
I have no clue. I'm assuming
Yeah.
Philly.
Mm.
You don't think it was Philly?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like JFK or New York.
I could see a JFK, but I feel like my dad would have been. He was sleeping, and he's usually up at like 7.
Yeah,
So
it could have been Newark too.
True. Interesting. Yeah, so like he left, but yeah, no, I like for me, like if I did something like that you did, worked in Nantucket and came back, I know it'd be super weird for like my family and everyone. Like you guys, it wouldn't really change, but like I know my family would just be all over me, dude. Like all over me. But yeah, it is what it is. Now, would you recommend doing something like this for like your average kid? like let's say, I don't know, you have a kid who's kind of lost in the sauce in college, or you have a kid who is just freshly out of college, has a degree, hasn't really experienced a lot, that they're 22 years old, or a kid who's 19 years old, graduating high school. Would you recommend, I guess just any kid around from the age of 19 to 24, would you recommend doing something like this for them?
Everyone has one summer that they can throw away and not spend with their hometown friends, and not regret it. Like, there's no reason not to just risk it and spend a summer somewhere new.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically living High School Musical too. Remember that movie,
No,
dude?
you're not wrong.
That's what it is. Like,
that's actually kind of wild. Well, no, to me it's really cool because you're someone who really kind of, I don't want to say like he did it, but it is mad impressive that you can just go ahead and do that, because like I would never, first of all, I didn't even know those things existed.
yeah, neither did I. Not until I started Googling and stuff.
Yeah, so the fact that you did it, and it's really cool because it's like, you can come back, you can enjoy everything, and then like you can just head back out there and work.
Yeah, and it also, the crazy, like, let's say swimming and like fishing and like boat stuff isn't your thing, you could go and work at a ski resort. It's like you love snowboarding and skiing, spend a winter and work and live at a ski resort. Like, they're everywhere. Like, who do you think runs like this? They're all just like traveling workers.
Wow, you're like a nomad.
Kinda, yeah. I don't. There are people who make a career out of like seasonal work.
Yeah.
Where like every single season they're somewhere else. That doesn't seem fun to me.
No, see.
But to spend like a year or two, like spend a couple summers.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Meet a lot of people.
I would agree. Yeah. So, what are some of like your hobbies up there? Are you just always just gonna work and then get blacked out, or like are there things you work on? Do you write? Do you read? Do you I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I read a lot of I don't know how to not sound like a tool saying this, but like a lot of scripture from like a lot of different religions is what
Nice.
I've really been doing.
It doesn't make sense like a tool at all.
Yeah, it's kind of tooly.
How?
I don't know, but yeah, stuff like that.
Why is it being a tool? You're trying to like learn about different cultures, religions.
Yeah.
How does it make you a tool?
Yeah, it sounds kind of tooly to say it
You
out
think so?
loud. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think especially now, I think where everyone's at, I think it is important to like understand where everyone is coming from, because like you're Jewish, right?
Yeah.
So I want to still respect a lot of your aspects in your life, right? Now, me being a Catholic, I'm sure you know plenty about me, and I'm sure you respect a lot of the things that I think about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though they do fall on like the same kind of plane a lot of the time, but like I think that's a good idea to like learn, read, understand. Because I forget what it was, but like the secret to divide is negligence and ignorance. So people are so like, you ever see those movies where they all hate each other, they're all different, but then like some murderer or some person puts them in a room and then they all get really close together and they realize they're not so different after all?
Sure.
No, like they've done this a million times. These people that hate each other, they're like on different parts of the office or whatever's happening.
Dude, did you see the new Knives Out movie, Glass Onion?
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Dude, it sucks.
Does it really?
It's blows.
I hate when you, Gavin, and Gio tell me that movie sucks, or is because like, I guess if it's good, then I'll be more apt to see it. But I hate when you guys tell me it sucks because the problem is you're always right.
Yeah, it blows, dude.
Fuck.
The first one was so good, but the problem is the second one's a Netflix original. The Netflix movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and they blew it.
Fuck. Netflix, you fucking cunts.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I know, I was super excited for it.
I'm disappointed now because I was really excited. I remember we were going to go see it on like a random Tuesday, and I looked online because I saw it was there, and then I looked online, and then it was like there, and then I'm like, oh, it's only in like Illinois or Indiana, or whatever. I think it's Illinois is where like their base is out of or whatever.
Or where Netflix is based out of?
No, because it was in Movie Tavern.
Oh, was it?
It was, and then it might still be there because I know it's at the Regal. But the one Movie Tavern in PTC, they're very selective with the movies that they have. So, I saw it on their website. Everyone said they were down. We went to go, and then I went online to go get the tickets, and I was going to Venmo me. And then I found out that, like, that showing at 9:30 was in, like, Illinois. I was like, are you fucking shitting my cock? So then, yeah. But that happens a lot. There's a lot of movies out there that will be shown in that state, but not in, like, PA or New Jersey or wherever. I don't know if they ever looked, but that's like my one big gripe. I don't know. Not that that's such a minuscule trivial.
Yeah, you guys go to the movie theater too often. It's a waste of money. There's no point.
Well, see, the thing is, it's $5. So here's why I see it. Like, I usually have off Tuesdays, and I don't really have school on Tuesdays. So the thing is I go, well, it's $5.
But you know you're seeing a crap movie.
Yeah.
That's not why.
That's the. This is also going to sound this is going to sound too elite, but I do make enough money where $5 really isn't a blip.
Yeah, no, it's not. But it's you know you're wasting 3 hours of your life.
That's true. But there's also aspects like Avatar. Get in there for $5, right?
And waste 3 hours of your life.
Okay.
Yeah, like
my only gripe with the new Avatar, spoiler alert, is did you see it?
No, but I don't care.
Okay, so realistically, the breakdown, they really could have made that 2 hours and 15 minutes. Realistically. Yeah. There was so much dialogue and so much, all right, I have to now talk to Ben, and then I got to go talk to Ben to talk to Gavin, to talk to me, go to get, like, you could have all just met up. You're all in the same village.
Yeah, dude.
And each conversation was like 5 minutes.
They got to get that unobtainium. It's so unattainable.
Dude,
the movie sucks. Dude. The original one sucked. This look cool. You know, people killed themselves after seeing Avatar because they were so sad they'd never be able to go to Pandora.
Just go to Disney.
Well, that happened years after.
Yeah.
But that was a real thing.
Really?
Where, yeah, after the first movie came out, people killed themselves because they'd never get to see Pandora.
Wow.
And then Disney came out with Pandora, dude.
Wow. That's actually kind of weird. That is really wild. I don't know why I clicked that. I didn't know that people did that.
Yeah, dude.
See, I didn't think when I first watched that movie years ago, I don't really remember it. I do kick myself that I should have rewatched it because there's a lot of stuff that I was remembering midway through the movie that I wish I knew beforehand. And there's a lot of stuff that I didn't fully understand. I just watched my 13-year-old sister zip past on that road on like a mini bike. Nice. Yeah. I really gotta put something up there because like I have like bad ADHD. Mm-hmm. So like if something passes, like even like
you don't have to talk about it though.
That's true. That's true. I also have anyways. But yeah, I feel like I should have watched it beforehand because then I would have been more inapt to understanding what's going on instead of like trying to piece together 13 years of missing information. Because that was what, 13 years since the last one?
Probably around there. I will give the first one some credit. There was one time I was on acid and I walked into a room and it was playing on the TV and I was like, damn, dude, this is a great movie.
You were like 10.
No, I watched it later. Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
No, yeah, it was just on. I walked downstairs. I was like, oh, this looks cool.
Did you know you can get I think it's manslaughter or something like that. If you get caught with like acid on you, it's like a wild charge.
Yeah, it's a first. What are what do they call those? Class 1. What's the highest tier of drug?
I guess one.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know if it was true, but there was this whole thing. He's like, yeah, you basically get charged with like manslaughter. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't think that's true.
All right, cool. 'Cause I didn't fact check him, and I didn't really care to fact check him. I was like, all right, man, you're probably right. Like, I don't
Schedule 1. That's what it's called. It's like a Schedule 1 drug. Yeah.
Great. It's the last thing anyone needs is a Schedule 1 drug hanging around out there. But that is the one thing I wish. Maybe one day. So I don't know if I should admit this on the podcast, but there's one day I really do feel like I need to try it.
Do it.
I should. I did pussy out the one day. I'm not gonna say who, but I think you know who I'm talking about. They were like, "Oh, let's all do it. Like, you want to come and do it?" And I was like, "All right, yeah, why not?"
I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
about it for a second.
Yeah. And then
because he was begging. Where do I get some? Last time I saw him.
Yep. And then it came like the day of. He goes, "Yo, you heading over?" And I'm like, "Listen, man, I can't, bro. Like, I don't even do weed. Like, I can't."
Dude, but you'll munch some occasionally.
Oh yeah,
You'll munch it up.
Well, because like at that point, like I'm kind of drunk. I'm with you guys. I trust everyone. Like I'm cool, and I won't do it at copious amounts, you know. But like, dude, see like that. I don't get paranoid, but like
you got into the jar last year at Jay's birthday party.
Oh my god,
yeah, you were munching it up, dude.
I did. Yeah, but see that evened me out.
Yeah,
it was so weird because like. I was high. I was drunk. I was really drunk. But the problem is when he said it, he's like, "Come on, man." I'm like, "All right, dude. I trust you. I've known you I've known you almost my whole life." And I was ready to trust him. And he's like, "They're not psychedelic." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "All right." I took 2 caps. And it was weird because you're all kind of freaking me out. Like, oh, no, he's never done it before. It doesn't really matter on size.
Yeah, I was like, this is dumb as fuck. Matt was already blacked out. He's like, oh, I'm going to munch some. I'm like, dude, don't do it.
So, I took him, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, this like wave of like calmness just hits my body. And I'm like, this is weird. Because I was expecting to like see shit move, see people like.
It ain't that much.
Yeah, no, and I didn't think so. And if I'm being honest, I was really naive to the whole thing. Like I'm very ignorant on that topic. So what was weird for me is like I was still drunk, but it balanced the weed out, and I was chilling, bro. I was so calm. I felt my heart rate just drop.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh,
I think that could be more scared, dude. No, I think that would just be very scary for me.
See, for me is when I'm drunk, I'm in a great mood. When I take weed, my heart rate increases.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was like one time, or plenty of times, I used to have like an Apple Watch, and with the Apple Watch, I couldn't wear it when I would smoke weed. Because
I go full hummingbird, dude. I hit like 120 on my Apple Watch when I start smoking. It's so much fun.
Bro, I used to hit like high 2s.
Yeah, it's insane.
Bad.
It's insane, right?
No, because
it's a different kind of adrenaline rush.
No, because it just I didn't like it because the problem was that would so like all right. Did I ever explain to you what I was like on weed?
I've seen it.
Yeah. No, like so here's what happened. This is why I'll have like a small panic attack or like I get paranoid. Is you and I have this conversation right now. In my head, I'm like, oh, this is going well. That's my homeboy. Like, whatever. I smoke weed, bro. Just enough. My man hates me. He did it because he feels bad. All this stuff. And, like, I'll convince myself, like, I'm a bad person, all this kind of stuff. And then that's when I just start digging myself a hole.
Yeah, dude. You gotta expand your paranoia. I get really high, and I think, like, some dude with a gun's gonna run in and kill us, or we're gonna get dropped with nuclear bombs, dude. That's the type of excitement you need in your life to constantly think about that stuff.
You're like Joe Rogan. You ever hear him talk about like weed?
No.
And that kind of stuff. He's always like, I get paranoid, but I love it.
Yeah, dude, it's good.
I need it
because then when you're not high,
so like,
and people try to get paranoid, like, what am I worried about?
Yeah, no,
nothing's wrong.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. Plus, I've been in some sketchy places too when we've all done them. But, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. But, yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever really go back to it ever. Maybe if I dabble in it, but I don't think I'd ever, full on take a deep dive back into like a sophomore year of college of Matt.
You doing a lot of weed back then?
Oh yeah, decent amount. Because like there's like one point, looks like all everyone hang out, but like most of everyone, I'm not gonna name names, but like would do a lot of weed. I mean, all right,
You can name names. It's everyone in the group.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gavin doesn't.
Not anymore.
Ben doesn't.
Ben can't legally do it.
Yeah, no. Who else doesn't? Oh shit. Well, I guess
Gio's he's never done it in his life, guys.
Yes, he's never done it in his life.
He's never even seen marijuana before.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess most everyone. Yeah, which is wild, and I forget about it. Maybe I'm just so like. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
I'm so like how you can watch someone get killed, desensitized. I'm so desensitized to weed. And
Yeah.
Like if I ever see it or smell it, I'm like, oh, whatever. To me, it's like a cigarette. It's just a normal thing that people do.
Yeah, I mean it's legal up in Mass. Like we have dispensaries on the island and stuff. So
well, I mean, in Philly, I was taking someone to Reading, and no, that's not Philly, but into Reading, like there was a dispensary literally right across the street from a
yeah, they're medical dispensaries though.
So what's the allowance for people with weed in Philly then?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm so congested. Sorry, guys. So people, I've heard this. I don't know for a fact, but I figured you might know. You are allowed to have a certain amount of weed up to a certain amount in certain areas of Philly.
It's decriminalized in Philadelphia, so
yes.
you won't get arrested for like anything under probably like 5 ounces or something.
Really?
Like you won't. They'll just take it away from you.
Interesting.
Yeah, they'll just dispose of it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
I might get like a small fine or something, but it's a non-arrestable offense.
Which is wild because, and that's the whole thing with the Brittany Griner thing that pisses me off. Is there's people that are in jail for the same thing that she was using, and they brought her back.
Okay, yeah. Let's also Brittany Griner thing. We got her back because it's the only deal America could get.
Yeah. I know.
So people who are like, oh, well, I guess we just should have left 2 Americans over there because we couldn't get the one that you liked more. You're kind of an asshole. Yeah. Like, we got an American back. Yeah. Be happy. It's a win for America.
Yeah, I do feel like we got fleeced with the choice of which we had to give.
But it's not like both those guys have been in capture on both sides for years. It's not like we weren't. Yes. It's not like we haven't been negotiating to get this guy out of Russia for years.
So that is actually the one thing that I will give to the other side of this. Like, and I heard this on Flagrant, and I didn't realize this, and I didn't have this, I guess, opinion or idea until I listened to them. Now, Andrew Schultz, I will give it to him, he stays pretty down the middle, and he makes fun of both sides. That's why everyone likes him. And he made a good point, or maybe it was Mr. Singh over there. Oshkosh, or maybe it was Oshkosh that made a good point. But besides the point is, they were saying, well, if they're singing like songbirds about Brittany Griner, why isn't no one talking about Paul Whelan? And I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a good fucking thing. Because if you really think about it, no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
Until this whole Brittany Griner situation. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I guess I really never thought about that because, I mean, I maybe get a little too blind to the whole, like, you know, military thing. But for me, it's interesting because I was like, you know what? They are really making a good point. If you have someone that you want to get back, right? You sing like a songbird. You put it everywhere. You try to get the masses to understand. But no one was talking about it. You never heard about it on social media. You never heard about it from your senators, your governors, the president, the vice president, all that kind of stuff. But all of a sudden you want to push an agenda. And that's when I was like, you know what? I don't know if this whole thing like, really is something that like needs to be debated. So that's to your point. I was like, you know what? I guess it is getting an American back. Yeah. Because once I think I'm pretty sure it was Oshkosh. He made that point, and I was like, fuck, dude, that's actually a really good fucking point.
Yeah, no one cared about this American spy until we learned we couldn't get him back, which we already couldn't get him back. Nothing changed.
This is yours. Yeah, no, I understand, which is kind of wild, but man, what a fucking fucked up world we live in.
Yeah, dude. We gotta go to Mars or some bullshit like that.
I don't think we're ever gonna go to Mars. I feel like we'll get there. People will land there. We might inhabit maybe like a testing facility, but I don't know, man, if that's ever really gonna people ever gonna live there.
I just
We'd have
want
to have some crazy.
I just want Total Recall, dude. I want women walking around with 3 boobs. All right, like Total Recall. Everyone lives on Mars.
He said 2 boobs? No,
3 boobs. Ever seen the movie, dude? Arnold.
I've not seen Total Recall. No, or maybe I have because it sounds familiar.
It's old. I mean, they remade it. You probably saw that crap version.
Maybe, but I don't want to say yes because I feel like I can't picture it in my head. I can picture the 3 boobs, but maybe that's just because I'm a dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot of things that I've been suggested to on this podcast now that I have to watch and check out. But
just watch all the old action movies. That's all you need.
You know what movie I still haven't seen? Die Hard.
The original? It's a great Christmas movie.
That's what I heard. Every year around this time. Well, I mean not this time because it's today's the 30th. So obviously Christmas is over, but around Christmas time, you always see, oh, this is the best Christmas movie, and it's a scene from that movie, and I've never seen it, so I'm confused, but I know from my memeology that that's Die Hard.
Yeah, dude.
And that's all you see. It's like
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Yeah, I don't know that reference. I don't, and I feel like a douchebag because even my dad knows it. I'm like, fuck, dude, I have to watch this movie, and then I say that, and I don't. So
you don't really have to watch Die Hard. It's an okay action movie.
Well, that's what I've also heard. I've heard it's okay. It's not something that's great, but I feel like for the memes, for the sake of my own existence, I should watch it.
Watch Live Free Die Hard, bro. That's like Die Hard 4. It's my favorite in the series.
Don't tell me it's like a Fast and Furious situation where they just keep making them.
Hey, basically, yeah, there's been 6 of them.
Oh, great.
A Good Day to Die Hard.
I've heard
Die
that
Hard
one.
2.
Yeah.
I think Die Hard 3, and then Live Free Die Hard.
You know, they also need to stop making those fucking movies for fucking Fast and Furious.
I don't mind it, dude. I don't mind it one bit. I never watched them.
You never? What?
No.
Yeah, it's because
Seems like someone. Yeah, it seems like someone's having joy, and I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Because the first 2 are really good.
Well, so you watch the first 2.
Yeah, obviously I've seen the first 2.
Okay, so you haven't seen anything past that?
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift, the great one.
Yeah, that's. No, I saw. I think the 7th one in theater, whenever that came out, 5 or so years ago.
Yeah, my only thing is maybe it's because there's a lot of movies out there that have started to take away plot armor or dial it back, and I think I was appreciating that. And then especially with Gavin getting me into a lot of things and understanding what plot armor really does to movies, I think when that happens, it pisses me off because I feel like there's just some things you're just stretching at this point, and it feels like they're running out of ideas, so they're creating things and just making it happen.
Yeah.
And I get it. Maybe I'm being too hard, which maybe I am, but I also feel like let's create something original and something like let's get back to your roots. You have these guys racing, they're trying to get different paints, they're doing whatever, they're trying to seal like the one where they which one was that when they sold the safe. They have 2 cars attached to the fucking thing, and I think they were Mustangs, and they're just
they got to go back to stealing telephones and printers.
Yeah,
that's the first time they were stealing computers.
Yeah,
and shit.
I think that was cool. That was not relatable, but people can get into that, and I feel like when I see Vin Diesel or it was The Rock, either one, jump across a highway onto a tank, and there's no other real cars on the road.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, man. There's only so much that I can take.
Yeah, but you love those big baby brain Marvel movies. It's the exact same thing, but for cars. It's literally the exact same thing, but for cars.
But what I'm saying
it's for gearheads who also have baby brains, which is why I don't care about it, because I'm not going to ruin the joy of a baby. That's why I don't care about them.
Called me a baby.
Yeah, dude. I'm not going to ruin a baby's joy, so I let him live. First 2 movies were great, and Tokyo Drift.
That's fucked up, man. I had a whole debate with Cody the other day about the Marvel and DC universe, and then I was schooled hard about the DC comics compared to the Marvel comics.
DC is far better.
So much better, yeah.
They actually have good superheroes. Also, DC probably has the best superhero movies that have come out in the past 5 years. If you don't count live action, if you watch DC animated movies, they are top tier. They're the best. Yeah, they're the best movies around. I would have
to agree.
And anyone who has HBO Max, you can watch all of DC animated, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be watching it. It's the best. It's rated R.
Yeah.
comic book violence, like still cartoon, like great action scenes. It's good.
And it's funny because every single person that has some kind of knowledge on that will say that. That has been the most consistent thing in that aspect is the live actions below. That's why they're nuking the whole thing. But the animated universe is fire.
Yeah, they should just throw all their money and marketing into the animated.
Well, there's
no reason not to.
They should also throw money into live action.
No, they shouldn't. We don't need live action.
I feel like if you need a branch, see, this is how I feel. People like me who didn't grow up with a lot of knowledge and didn't really like superheroes in general, right? The only reason I know as much as I know about Marvel and DC is because of my dad. The only reason. And that I can hold some kind of conversation is because of him. But now, obviously, I know more. My point being is I feel like your market is a saturation of live action. People want to see this in theaters. Not everyone wants to see a cartoon.
That's the problem, dude. People need to stop. Like, cartoons aren't just for kids. That's
I
the thing. Like,
I agree. My only point is, if you want to reach that level, which I'm sorry, it might not be as good as DC, and I would agree. DC has way better superheroes and villains. Like I talked about the one that I just did with Cody. It hasn't launched yet, but it did launch. My favorite supervillain is Slade. That's DC.
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Yeah, and then you also have the Joker, which would be a close second.
Yeah, Joker.
You know, and it's like I can't really name a supervillain that I love that I like on DC.
Dude, DC's got magic, dude. Fucking Constantine. There's no one cooler than Constantine.
Yeah,
like hands down.
Dr. Fate.
Yeah, like
there's so many guys like because him and I were having a debate the other day where the top 10 superheroes not your favorite, not in any particular order, but the first one you think about, half of them are DC. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Spider-Man is not DC.
Or fuck, I say DC. My bad. My bad. Okay, well that was the one that was like number 4 that was a DC. I didn't think about that. My bad.
No.
I fucked that up. But then like people go the Joker. They're not a hero, but like the all these things that you kind of bring up, it's a lot of DC. But that's why I kind of like I'm a little pissed with DC is I feel like if they would have marketed better with their movies and live action, they would definitely, without a doubt, surpass Marvel.
It's
a fact.
No, but gritty. This is what I found. You can't do a real gritty live action superhero movie because it looks ridiculous.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I guess. Besides Christopher Nolan, one of the greatest directing minds in the world, anyone else who's tried doing a gritty superhero movie, it flops. It's kind of silly. It's ridiculous. It's almost like have you ever seen any like anime live action movie? Like people will take a famous anime and make it a live action movie. It just doesn't translate.
That's true.
Like the style
and
like
or something like that. Yeah, a live action.
Like the style of like how they animate the fights and just like the whole world immersion. Like when you put that onto real people, it ruins like
no
some
one really
part
can
of it.
look like a lot of those guys. Either way. Yeah. No, and that makes a lot of sense. Maybe it is like a cartoon universe, which is totally fine. I do feel bad for a lot of the aspects in DC because people. I'm grateful that I have people like you guys that can bring me back and reel me in a little bit because I love Marvel movies. I do, but the thing is then you go back to name name top 10 and then I'm naming almost all DC. And you go, well, famous supervillain that you like. Oh, Slit DC, and then you keep looking at these translations.
And do you know why they're your favorite? Because you grew up on Batman Beyond. You grew up on these cartoon like the great cartoon DC shows. Superman,
yeah.
These were all shows we grew up on, and they were great.
And my still one of my favorite shows to date is Arrow. Dude, shut the fuck up.
So bad.
No,
dude.
it's not.
It's so
dude.
bad.
Ching, 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 ching.
A lot, dude. Those shows are like fucking Fast and the Furious. Like if you watch the first episode of a CW show, if you watch like the pilot episode of a CW show, and you go to the last episode, it's like Fast and Furious. Like fucking like in space. They're like it used to be like ground. Like the first episode of The Flash was great. And they just they added more and more, opened the universe more and more, and they're like, all right, we're fighting in space now. What's going on?
Well, see, so to your credit, I didn't watch the last 2 seasons of Arrow because of the whole apocalypse thing. I didn't watch that because I thought it was dumb. You're getting away from the timelines. You're getting away from the story.
Yeah, exactly.
So I didn't watch that. And The Flash, I stopped watching after season 2 because
Same.
And I talked about this with Cody. Is I was kind of shitting on him because I'm like, you have all these things that actually happened. They were saying pretty close to the comics, and then they have a whole thing with like Reverse Flash, and then you're noticing there's this new meta. Oh my gosh, I can't beat him. What do I do? I can't run faster, Barry. Run faster. I can't run faster. Hit Mach 3. I can't run Mach 3. Runs Mach 4.
Yeah.
Same episode. I'm like, brother. Like or same scene, and I'm like, at some point, it's just like there's so much material for you to use, and you have the authorization to use it. People are gonna like this more if you stay closer to the comics. When you start creating shit, then it's like, I don't know. That's just my take on that.
Yeah, dude. Y'all should watch the Dark Justice League movies. Justice League Dark, DC animated. Woo.
Is that the one where like, fuck, or am I thinking? Oh no, I was thinking of Invincible when he kills everyone, but I don't think I've seen that at all.
What, Justice League Dark?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
It's good. It's I think it is an Apocalypse arc.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't have minded getting into the Apocalypse arc if it wasn't so pretentious from the Arrow. That's what took me off of the whole thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, you gotta see what's his face, Dark Shield. I'm blanking on his name right now. You gotta watch him in animated version because I don't even think they show him in any live action.
No, he doesn't sound familiar. And there's a lot of people like, okay, Black Adam. Didn't know he existed. I thought genuinely, I'm gonna sound kind of pretentious and stupid. I thought The Rock just made him up to be in the DC comics.
No, yeah, he used to have little pointy elf ears and stuff.
Yeah.
Black Adam.
So I didn't know he was a real thing until, The Rock's a massive dude, right? So, and then I'm like, oh, what did he like create his own superhero? Come to find out, he's been around for like forever. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Okay. So now like there's all, I didn't really know who Dr. Fate was. I've seen him and heard about him, but I didn't know like that's what he was with the helm. And then like Nightwing, or not Nightwing. Oh my god. Fuck.
Nightwing's pretty badass.
Nightwing's pretty badass. I can't think of his name now, but they're just like all these kind of characters and situations I didn't know were like an actual thing.
Yeah.
But
dude, I think Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the reason Henry Cavill is no longer Superman.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's got something to do with that though.
The ending when fucking
No, it's just the fact that like he announced that he was going to be Superman, and then 2 months later he's like, "Oh guys, DC dropped me. I'm no longer in the movies."
Well, so here's my take on that. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take, but I kind of agree with them, and here's why. I think you've had Marvel beating your ass with mediocre content compared to yours every year, repeatedly, and you put out a movie. And the problem is you still have people, and I will. You can take shit at me because this is just how I am. I go, this doesn't match to a Marvel movie, but the problem is because you have let this happen for so long, putting out mediocre mediocre DC movies, and even people who are DC fans are like, even if it like not even comparing it to Marvel, like it just wasn't that good. And then you're not putting money into it. You're not putting whatever it is. I think it probably is a good idea to nuke it. I don't think you should get rid of people like Jason Momoa. You shouldn't get rid of people like
no.
Henry
Those are the
Cavill.
people you should get. You should keep Henry Cavill. That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
You should restart Superman with the same actor. Just start over again.
Well, okay, but
or blow it all up and go to animation.
They could do that, but I don't know if that would do as well.
I think it would do great.
I think it would do great, but I don't think it would do as well as they were hoping. Because my point being is, I feel like with the whole thing is people will watch animated, but the only thing is I think people would prefer live action.
It's not though. That's not true. That's
You think so? I feel like people are more inapt to watching a live action DC movie.
I mean, animated content is like one of the fastest growing forms of entertainment.
That's true. People are watching a lot of anime right now. People are watching a lot of anime.
Yeah, and you just gotta transition to the American version of it. That's it.
I could see that working. I don't know. I think DC's got a lot of things to figure out.
I don't even think about some of the like most common adult shows right now in America are animated. Rick and Morty, stuff like that.
True.
Like they're all it's animated content. South Park is still one of the biggest shows ever. It's animated. Like people will like it.
Yeah.
It's the Academy, dude. I think it's still the Academy for Art. Because think about it. Name a time that an animated movie was nominated for an Oscar that wasn't a kids film. Like it's just like the narrative that's like it's for kids, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, maybe that's just our dumbass adult brains going, oh, well, we grew up on
You got
cartoons.
a baby brain, dude.
I don't have a baby
I got a
brain.
fully grown brain.
How do I have a baby
My
brain?
brain's got a beard on it.
I have a beard.
Your beard's growing up to your brain, dude. That's getting high on your cheeks.
Well, you don't.
Your beard goes up to here.
Yeah, well, I haven't because I stopped touching it up. Because every time I would do it, I would because once I let Kevin do it, I lost the ability to make my beard look nice.
You only got this much of skin on your face, dude.
All right, listen here, you fucking stupid ass motherfucker. I will not sit here.
You guys got to see because it's only like scruff right now, but in a week from now, he's not gonna have any cheeks. It's gonna be beard, dude. Looking like Gorilla Man.
You want me to take my fucking joint off?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
no, I don't. You can keep your shirt on, dog.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen because there's something about a DC movie that I always loved. Like I can you still talk about like Dark Knight Rises, all that kind of stuff. Some of the greatest Joker films, and I think they were doing something really good with like when they did Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. They had a really good Batman movie with I can't remember his name. Just came out.
No, that just sucked, dude.
You
You couldn't hear his thing, dude. It was like Interstellar. The music was so loud you couldn't hear any dialogue.
True, yeah. Yeah, I guess it does make sense.
Yeah,
Interstellar was
you couldn't hear anything.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I'm gonna still stand by. I would give it a 6 out of 10 on my scale. 6.2 out of 10. That's the score. But
So it's a very average movie. 60%, 62%. It's a very average movie.
I don't know. For not having a movie out from DC like that in a while, I didn't think it was that bad. It exceeded the expectations because of the person that was portraying Batman. But my biggest gripe was, I'm vengeance.
Yeah,
I'm vengeance.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Stop. People were clowning him.
Yeah, you can't make a live action gritty. It just looks dumb. Like you can't make it gritty.
Like you can. Someone can do it, dude.
Someone did do it, dude.
Yeah, it's true. They did.
And that's it.
Bring him back. I don't know, dude. It's very frustrating because the more and more you look at all these comics, the more and more you learn, especially for someone like me, it's like, damn, this material outweighs Marvel in so many aspects, and yet Marvel shits on them in the box office.
Yeah, it's because Marvel, they're fucking Disney, dude. That's it. It's Disney owns it.
Probably the best thing for Marvel that ever happened to them, honestly. You ever like seen like their whole thing?
Yeah, I mean the only reason Disney owns Marvel is because they went bankrupt and they had to sell.
Wait, what?
Wow. Yeah, Marvel had to sell off all their shit. They were like out of money. Why do you think Marvel's no longer like its own company? Or like or originally like they sold off. They were selling pieces off. So like back when Disney had a lot of Marvel, like they didn't own Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Or the X-Men, like that was still owned by Fox.
Interesting.
Yeah. And now they own everything but Deadpool. That's still the only thing they don't have.
So that's wild to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to have that on. I thought I turned it off. But that didn't what was it? Didn't Marvel went bankrupt before, right?
In the early 2000s, yeah, they sold everything. They sold off all their stuff to different companies.
Yeah, and then didn't they have like no? Was it? I'm pretty sure it was. No, they went bankrupt, but then they were making a comeback because they started selling toys and birthday gifts and things like that. And then they were able to kind of come back.
They made a comeback after they sold off Fantastic Four, and they made the Fantastic Four original movie.
That sucked.
Oh, the first one was great.
The first one was great. Wasn't that the second one?
The second one sucked. The Silver Surfer. That's what killed the whole franchise.
That was in 2000? Was it not? Or was that 2006?
Dude, first one probably came out in like 04.
Fuck, dude. I'm off my... I don't know shit. You guys can make fun of me in the comments. It's fine.
Like 04 to 06 is when the first one probably came out.
The first one was amazing because I very vividly remember watching that at my grandmother's house because she used to have all the DVDs for us when we used to stay over there for the summer sometimes. And I remember when the Silver Surfer came out, the second one, I did not finish it. I thought it was the dumbest fucking thing in the entire world.
Yeah, it sucked.
Fantastic Four was my favorite thing. And yeah, so that I didn't know that because I would say probably a couple years ago, I was like, I wonder where like Fantastic Four is at, like, because I was over at my grandmother's house, and like you reminisce a little bit, and oh my god, I'm so old now, and then like you open the one drawer and it's like, oh my god, Fantastic Four, I remember this movie. I'm like, I haven't seen them in like forever, like what the fuck? And then there was a bit of an appearance in the Doctor Strange movie. Did you see that one?
I see Mr. Fantastic's in it, but it's a different actor. Like fucking Jimbo from The Office.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him because of how prolific The Office is. His role in Jack Ryan, I think it is.
Yeah,
it's not Jack Reacher, Jack Ryan, because I watched it on Amazon. Was really good, really good. But all I can see him as is Jim from The Office.
Really?
And then when
I thought he did pretty good in that.
Yeah, he did fucking amazing in that.
That show was decent. The ending kind of sucked of that season.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And then
Jack Reacher was good. That was a good show.
Was he in Jack Reacher?
No, that was Thad Castle.
Yeah. Because I always got that mixed up with Jack Ryan and Jack Reacher. But the Jack Reacher was really good. My dad was like, dude, I don't care what you're doing, watch it.
I know, I just rewatched that a couple weeks ago. Yeah. It's really good.
Did you watch the Recruit yet?
No, who's that?
I don't know his name. All actors I don't know. I haven't seen anyone that I recognize. Yeah, maybe I have. Maybe the one Russian chick, but I don't want to ruin anything because it is really, really good. I gave it a try because the guy looked a little pretentious in the beginning, and I'm like, this is gonna be stupid. And then I was like, well, I'm not done eating my food, so I'll watch another episode. And then I did, and I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. I would recommend it. It's actually, I'd give it a 8.5.
I need shows to watch. I still haven't seen the first season of True Detective.
What's that?
It was an HBO show.
Oh. The only time I ever go on HBO is if there's something that I want to watch or something that I know that's going to be good.
Dude, you see that you're remaking The Mighty Ducks?
Oh, my God. You know what's funny is the only thing that I think about with The Mighty Ducks now is we love great comeback stories. Seabiscuit, The Mighty Ducks. What about, he's like Kim Kardashian? Well, she got cum on her back, right? But that's just how I always think of them now.
Dude. But you know what's special about this? So it's not actually remaking The Mighty Ducks, but it's the whole idea of a coach gets arrested, or like a dude who's really good at the sport gets arrested and he has to go and teach a team. Oh, but it's fucking instead of what's his face, Charlie Sheen's brother, whatever that actor is, instead of him teaching youth hockey, it's Woody Harrelson who's teaching he's coaching a Special Olympics basketball team.
Great.
And they go on, I believe, to win the Special Olympics.
Cool, but
it's crazy. It's a crazy idea, dude. I can't wait.
There's so much shit out there, dude. We're coming to a downfall, but I am gonna have to rein this one in, my friend.
Okay.
We're almost at an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, that is the one cool thing about this is like the more and more I talk to people, like not even when it was just you, me, and Gavin or whoever would be on here, like I did one with Polly, I did one with Stephanie Grace. I have a couple more singers coming on that asked, and like I always hit like 30 minutes, and then they'll look over. I'm like, 30 minutes? I'm like, yeah. They do like an hour, and they're like, what? I'm like, yeah.
They get bored?
No, they're like surprised. Like the one with Stephanie Grace, I don't want to ruin anything yet because it's gonna come out next week. But like I plan on doing 45 minutes to an hour, promote all our music, and like talk to her and catch up. Dude, both of us lost track of time. It's like an hour and a half. So. Kleit, see you soon, my friend.
See you soon.
That was sweaty.
Dude, I'm a clammy boy.
It's all right, buddy.
I'm always clammy.
All right, guys. I'll see you next time. And I'll put all his tags up.